Right then, LGBT lessons taught in the UK to our children. That's like a funnel feeding another funnel. You know what I mean? It's funneling, channeling your children to be more open-minded to transgender changing. But what the schools won't do, even though they're good at maths, they don't tell you the death rate, the suicidal death rate of those going through that system, which is it's getting shouted in America, but not in this country, because they just want to make as much money as they can before people realise it's horrific. But then the attitudes of the British people, well, it's already horrific, c'est la vie. But anyway, she didn't like the fact, I remember this, she looks horrified. This isn't like a scare tactics, by the way. It's not fear-driving tactics of, this is what we'll do, everyone, this is what could happen, ooh, you know what I mean? This is actually happening. They're funneling your children to go down a death, suicidal rate of 60%. And the remaining 40%, 30% of that's in pain, going back on their operations again, things like that, or just in pain from the first one, still in misery and depressions and so on and so on and so on. And the other 10% or less than 10%, that's it, worth it then, isn't it? It's all worth it. All that death is worth it, isn't it, if you can make a couple of people happy. How selfish. Yeah? And the school educational system in this country is now putting that agenda in school. Now, when I remember I went to school, I was like, wow, I'm going somewhere that's not in the home. And you got to go there with a little different jumper on or something. It's all very new, innit, and all that lot. And you're sitting there and your jumper smells differently and everything. Something all for the first time. It's just, everything's new. But that was for education. All those feelings of those children now being manipulated and given a false sense of seat within that classroom. Because now on the curriculum, whether parents like it or not, yeah, your child can go to school, come back home, and carry on going to school and come back home. And they can actually get gender alignment without even the knowledge of the parent. And the parent can, if they go against it, they can get into trouble. That's what's happening in America. And we're seeding it in here, in this country. Like I say, I sat in a school chair when I was young, waiting to be taught, a new jumper on, everything new. Fresh for the pickings for education to do as they parentally been placed to do, and all the rest of it by the country, everything. This is what you do. And kids do it. Some do it better than others, some don't do very well at all, but they do it. We make them do it. Now as a country, we're making our kids be slowly channeled into a suicidal death path of pain and misery and highly expensive. Do you know what? That's a scalpel that's cutting up your kids. Now if a child was to cut up a doll, you would pump that kid it's got problems. You'd pump it with drugs. You'd take it to the doctor all the time, saying, my kid cuts up a doll, cut its arms off and keeps stabbing it. It might be practising to be a bloody surgeon that the country then welcomes and puts into your school, yet the school then has a go at him. because he wants to be one of your bloody scalpelers. How mad's that? Yeah. So you'd call the kids either a psycho or a very good future doctor, wouldn't you? I can guess they're going to call it a psycho. Yeah. So why we allow psychoing, scalpeling going on and funneling our children down a path of suicide? Yeah. We all pay our taxes, national insurance and stuff, as a whole, generally. No point going into some idiot will put that. No, we don't. But you get me. National insurance and that. And this is how the bad side of things get hold of the good side. They'll get you all paying national insurance, and now they've slipped in a hospital in London that does gender changing, hormones to children, ready for the scalpel. So in terms of mathematicalness and investment, we're all investing in that death side for our children. Yeah? This woman down here, the Muslim lady, take off the scarf, the head scarf. Just look at the lady's face. Right? Her eyes have just had her child stolen off her. Basically. It's not fear driving, it's actual fear there. Muslim men, some of them, and other men as well, right? And women, whatever the nature of the human brain. But Muslim men, right, especially, they don't uphold the lady very high. Right? They're very, very, they can call them dirty quite quick before they call themselves dirty, as from man to woman. And this woman here would get, if her child, young son, right, went to school and was brainwashed by our schooling to then come back to her house, and the little kid said, "Oh, I'm being a mummy, and I'm being a little girl, and you can't have any, you got no say in it whatsoever." I bet you that Muslim lady in that picture would get abused by her husband for producing a boy that wants to become a girl. In their world, she's shitting it basically, for more reasons than just that. Yeah, and if you don't believe me, listen to the way Muslim folk, men, talk. Yeah, in the Speaker's Corner in London, and you got to listen to hours of it, and you'll get where their manly type of bollocks fucking lays. Not about every Muslim around the bloody country. No, this is for real, everybody. Yeah, our children are being taken off. Yeah, all children are being pied through the school system because of this LGBTQ. They want a gender change. They are shylocking. Merchant of Venice, they are shylocking the pounds of flesh, be it the sexual flesh, your gender bits. Yeah? But the thing is, the people aren't indebted to the system for that. They've just fear driving you, manipulating you with emotions, the whole lot, in school, out of school, on the telly, the whole caboodle, just so they can get that in there. The working man and woman, basically, because you're going to get just, they're taking the money off you, 34 grand per kid, and they're taking their flesh off your kid. Go and read Shakespeare, for fuck's sake, because that's what they're doing to you. That's what they're doing to your peoples, Muslim, English, white, Chinese, whatever. Yeah, that woman's face, this one here, has just had her child taken off her, yet she's still got hold of the child.